Hello, it's me Fildo. Today, I want to present to you one of my many Skyrim builds, hopefully to make you start up a new Skyrim save once again. I want to spark creativity in the community, which can be difficult in such an old game, but I'll throw my hat into the ring. All of my builds keep to a few rules, like it must be played on expert and no resto loop is allowed, and other major glitches like that. The rest can be found in the Google Docs in the description, together with a written version of all of my builds when I get to transcribing them, as there are quite a lot. If you have a build in mind and you want me to try it, please write me a comment and I'll have a good look. This is the Cryomancer, or a Frost Mage. He is a Spellsword. The race I chose is a Breton, though a Nord would be more thematic. His attributes would be 150 magicka, 390 health and 150 stamina at level 40. His standing stone is the Lord Stone, not the Atronarch, as this guy uses conjurations, if you feel like it. His skills are one-handed, destruction, heavy armor, alchemy, enchanting and conjuration. His shouts would be Frost Breath and Ice Form, though Frost Breath is just a better version of Ice Form when you have the power book from Mirac, because it still encases them in ice and they don't jump out of it when hit by damage. He uses a few weapons, as he is a Spellsword first and foremost, and a Cryomancer, or Spellsword. He uses 3 weapons. A Skyrim sword, which I named Permafrost, which uses frost damage and absorb stamina. He has a Skyforged steel sword, named Pandemonium, with chaos damage and shock damage. And lastly, but not least, a Dwarven sword named Soulblaze, with fiery soul trap and fire damage. He utilizes all the frost spells and a frost atronach in combat. The look of the character and the gear I chose is, for helmet, Dukan, which gives 50% frost resist and 25% frost damage. As so many enemies are resistant to frost, I highly recommend using this helmet. If you don't want to, you don't need to. Of course, this is just a concept. For chest piece, I am running the Stalrim armor, or he is running the Stalrim armor, heavy armor of course, with Fortified Destruction, and I chose Fortified Conjuration, because I have no skill points in Conjuration. I needed some way of lowering the cost, because I like spells a lot. You could also use Fortified Heavy Armor instead of Conjuration. For gloves, I'm picking the Her Hand gauntlets, because the metal matches the Dukan headpiece. It's both a very white metal. With Fortify one-handed and Fortify Magicka. For boots, it's the Her Hand boots, with fire resist and shock resist, or resist fire and resist shock, giving you about a 50% resistance to all elemental damage, in addition to your magic resistance. For rings, or ring, it's Fortified Destruction and Fortify one-handed. For amulet, I picked Fortified Destruction and Resist Magic. The character also uses some potions, as he does not use any restoration. So he needs a way to heal up. And that would be Fortify and Restore Health Potions, which is Blue Mountain Flower and Wheat. For damage, he also has a potion for that, which is Fortified Destruction Potions with Glowing Mushroom and Nightshade. Also have a few Fortify and Restore Magicka potions, just in case I run out and I really need it, which is Morita Panella, Red Mountain Flower and Tundra Cotton. In case you are in a heavy duel with a melee user, I also have a Fortify Heavy Armor potion, which is White Cap and Thistle Branch. And just if you really feel like becoming close to immune against the rest of Skyrim, there is a resist shock and resist fire potion, which is fly amanita, snowberries, and glowing mushrooms. So if you're a Nord, that gives you capped resistance against all magical attacks. For perks, in one-handed, I chose Armsman 5 out of 5. No more is needed in this skill tree. In Destruction, you take Novice all the way up to Expert. Augmented Frost for 2 levels, Deep Freeze, Dual Cast, and Impact. In Heavy Armor, I picked Juggernaut 1 out of 5, and then all the left branch up to Conditioning. As you will see in the video later on, I will show you my skills, and my skills are a bit different. I'll get to it. I'll get to why, rather. In Conjuration, Novice all the way to Atromancy, so 3 perk points in Conjuration. You could also go for a few points there to lower the cost, but we'll again get to that. Enchanting, 5 out of 5 in Enchanter, all the way up to Extra Effect, taking the middle branch. And for Alchemy, it's 5 out of 5 in Alchemist, and then 1 point in Physician, because that is for healing. Now, that is 31 out of 39 skill points. I recommend you use the last remaining 8 to make the build how you like stuff to function. Do you need more magicka? Put them into cost reduction for your conjured minion. Do you like running power attacks? Pick that for one-handed. And so on. Now, as you've seen in the gameplay video in the background, this build uses health potions for recovery because of you are not using restoration, as this lets us fight whilst still healing. At the start of combat, you would summon your Atronarch for tanking or distractions, casting a Frost Cloak to disable enemies when their health goes low, and spam the battlefield with frost spells, especially Frost Storm. The whirlwind thingy. Until you're out of magicka, and then you would run in and smack them with your sword. If you find a particularly resisted enemy, you would pull out one of your other swords instead of permafrost. The other swords would be then Pandemonium for dragons mostly, and Soul Blaze would be for vampires and Draugr. This build is very good at killing anything, because it slows them down and they can't really attack back. Problem being, immune enemies such as the automatons, dwarven automatons. They are a piece of fucking shit against this build, and I hate it. So in that case, you would switch to Pandemonium or Soul Blaze and use Elemental Blast as your spell. That is really it for this build, and I'm very glad that you watched this far. You can enjoy the rest of the video. So yeah, that's all for now. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.